I am a 45-year-old woman married to a 47-year-old man in the U.S. We've been married for 10 years with no children. Last month, my husband traveled to Ghana to take care of a project we were working on. Before this particular trip, all his earlier trips were with me. This time round, because I wasn't with him, we spoke frequently as possible about everything a married couple could talk about. One night, during one of our long conversations, I heard a woman talking in the background. I thought it was just a movie playing, so I did not pay much attention to it. When my husband returned from his trip, everything seemed back to normal, except for my constant worry about our childless marriage. Every hospital we had visited said that there was nothing wrong with either of us. One morning, I woke up and decided to encourage my husband to try having a child with another woman. I was willing to take the child in as mine and even co-parent with the other woman. Right after suggesting this, my husband burst into tears. He said he had a confession. His confession was that he earlier had a child with another woman. Honestly, I was excited for him. I was eager to meet the child and even start scheduling visits. He asked me to calm down and proceeded to say that there was another child and a third one on the way. The woman was pregnant by him again. This shocked me. What? All this happened under my watch? I became curious about who the mother of the children was. Sisters. It was none other than my own younger sister. Hey, my sister. And her name is here, but we're not going to call the name. Let's just say Didi. Hey, how did this happen? I asked my husband if he thought my family would be happy to hear this. He then revealed the full story. My mom was very much aware. I called my mom and she confirmed this. She said this was no news and I should stop overreacting. My husband is asking for forgiveness and wants me to allow his kids and my sister to come live with us because he filed for citizenship for all of them. How can I live with this? I know I was initially open to him having a child with another woman, but I wasn't expecting it to be my own sister. Sisters, what should I do? I want to leave the house for them. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this either.
This is complicated. Okay, Rosie.
Not me. Not me. Sicho.
You know,
I'm thinking.
you know, for the first time, I am going to say she should keep an open mind about things. Why am I saying this? First of all, per the letter, you've been married to this person for so long and you've not had children.
10 years.
10 years. And you've not had children. Let's go back to the Bible where, was it Abraham? Whose wife couldn't have children and God had promised them to wait on him. He's going to make sure they have children, and she still went ahead to have her house help have children with a child with Abraham. There's another story in the Bible where is it Rachel? Was it Rachel? Somebody was supposed to marry the older. You were supposed to marry Rachel, and they said unless he marries Leah first, they gave him Leah first to marry her. Then later he came to. Where am I going with this? There is nothing new under the sun. Sometimes our perspective and our outlook on life makes everything look like it is impossible. You are going to die. You can't condone this, or you shouldn't condone this.
Yeah, but what do you think about the parents?
Let me build my case. People do things based on how they are seeing a certain situation. Let me hold a brief for the mother in this moment, then I'll come to the husband. The mother is probably thinking to herself, these are my children. If one is not able to provide a child for this man, And instead of my daughter going out there or being sent away, if it was another woman who comes into the picture, how about if it's my second daughter, who probably also isn't married, rather have a child with this person and blah, blah, blah. Old people have a way of just looking at life differently. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like, there are some older folks who can even say, oh, my own son is the one who is not able to have children with you. Go and sleep with his brother. And, you know, I've seen stories like that. So the way old people see things are different. So I'm holding a brief for this woman in that regard. Now come to the husband too. It is a bit wrong on his, it is wrong on his part to have done it, or to have gone about it the way he went about it. I'm sure if he had spoken to his wife about it at a certain point, that instead of going outside of the family or you and I setting completely, how about your sister? Sometimes it is how things are communicated, but all that being said, if he's doing everything that he's supposed to do for you as a wife, and he's bringing your sister into the equation, maybe what you can request of him is, how about you get your place, your sister also gets her place, but you don't want to live in the same house with everyone. You are not going to dislike the children, but they can come in and go, but you want to have your space, and then they also have their space. But I believe there comes a point in your life as a human where you just have to get a different perspective on things and look at things differently for your own sanity. Otherwise, a lot of the things that go on in life, you might end up going mad, honestly. Right. That's my take on this.
Okay, before I let Olivia speak, what would you have done?
That's what I'm telling you, that I would let my heart, we'll talk about it, I'll be angry for a while, maybe go for my own counseling. I'm not leaving that marriage. But what is going to happen is, I'll tell him that no problem, you filed for them and everything, but how about you get them their own place? So that you have, it's like you have a second wife, you have a second home.
But would you ever have a relationship with your sister?
Yes.
A good one?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I am one of those people that, I don't know if I should call it I'm an old soul, but I've never really been so, or maybe I could really fit into the Muslim community, because I'm one of those people, I've never really had a problem with multiple wives or polygamy. I've never had a problem with polygamy. So I take my stance on this. I don't have a problem with polygamy. So long as everybody is treated fairly and equally. Because there's a part of me that still believes that a man can actually, they are wired to love more than one person. That's me. But it is how you go about it. And I think it is religion that is making us feel like or look like it is impossible or it is wrong. But ideally, if it is handled well, there shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
That's my take.
Olivia.
I beg to differ. That's what this is about.
I beg to differ. You see, for the woman to stoop so low and say, I am ready for you to actually go out. You go and make a baby and come. I will accept the baby. And for her to actually be excited that you had gone out, she didn't even think, oh, you know, you did something wrong to me. Why didn't you communicate with me? Why didn't you tell me? The first reaction is, where is the baby? Can I have the baby? I'm excited. There's a baby in the picture. 10 years, right? You could have communicated with your wife.
Exactly.
And this sister of yours, right, and your mother, they have been wicked to you. The reason I'm saying this is because if this sister of yours was doing this from a good space, she could have decided, oh, she and mom could have come in to talk to you and your husband, had a good conversation and said that, you know what, I think that because we are not having, you're not having kids, how about your sister carries your egg?
Yeah, be a surrogate. Yeah.
Why should she shag her sister's brother?
Husband.
Sorry, husband. What's she doing sleeping with him not once, not twice, but 3 times? And mom has the nerve to say, it's okay. This is so, like, it's inhumane. Like, it's you can't, like, I'm trying to massage it. I'm trying to, like, sort of understand. I can't understand. And for a sister, this is not somebody, your blood sister, to do this to you and to hide it from you. And now she wants to now come into the marriage. Like, no. I can understand, oh, yes, you hurt me, you slipped. Let's talk about it. Not once, twice,
The third
3
one.
times. No. They've been mean to you. They've been wicked to you. Sometimes, you know, I won't stay.
Yeah.
I won't stay. Because I'm not wanted. I don't have support from my mom. I don't have support from I don't know what her father thinks. I don't have support from my own siblings. You know, family is who you go to when times are really bad. When she was going through sleepless nights, not having, and you know, women are the ones who take the most, what's the word? Heat.
Yeah.
When there's childlessness
Yeah.
in a marriage.
Yeah.
Because we
yeah.
are supposed to be the incubators. We are
Yeah.
supposed to be the carriers. The men walk around with the sperm and, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's even their fault.
And it's
Most
their fault.
times it's
but
their
they
fault,
wouldn't,
yeah.
they wouldn't pin it on the man.
Yeah.
And women who don't have children, they go through a lot of
Emotional stress, yeah.
ups and downs, stress, and so much guilt. And do you know what it is like to go to church every time and then they said, oh, somebody had their baby. It's a miracle. When is my miracle coming?
Yeah.
Even this sister of yours is having children.
Thank you. So at some point in time, I didn't expect the man to go out of his marriage. I expected the man to actually come and have a conversation with his wife. And did they try? Within the 10 years, what did they try?
Yes.
What did they try? They couldn't try adoption. They couldn't try
Surrogacy.
They couldn't
IVF.
try IVF. What were you doing? But it was convenient for him to go and sleep with her sister. No.
And you know, it's funny because he had been going to Ghana with her.
That is what makes
So that even makes it more scary.
Exactly, that's what makes it painful
But
for me.
here's
And
why-
this is somebody you lie on the same bed with,
But
and
here's
you
why-
claim to love the person, and yet you're still able to bring this person to Ghana, and you're still able to lie to that
But
person,
here's
and
why
you
I
wanted
don't
to
want
stay in
play
a
the
marriage,
victim
a
card
marriage
for the
like
first
that.
time. Because you see, a lot of the times we allow these people to do things they want to do, and then we are the ones hurting. Today, I'm not going to do the victim card. So I'm going to say, do you? But I'm staying in this marriage, and if at any point I feel like leaving, I will leave. But I'm not going to be hurt by what my mother and my sister have chosen. Look, I will play the nice card, and they will live with their guilt for the rest of their life.
Okay,
Listen,
wait.
I don't think these people have conscience as it stands. I didn't learn. Let me quickly learn. What I want to say is that if I were you, I would pick my bags, right? I will leave because there's no point staying. And you know, surprisingly, you know, God is a faithful God. Let me bring my God matter into this thing. God is a faithful God. If you were destined to have a child and you're probably not destined to have a child with this man, trust me, God will find
Yeah.
you that person. Be faithful, continue, because you did not cheat in your marriage, or you need to hold God to ransom when it comes to this particular thing. Go on your knees. God will find you that person, and God will bless you with children that you were meant to have. This marriage was not meant for you. And God will also, they will deal with the guilt themselves. But I don't want to be there and witness it. They should carry the shame and disgrace on their heads.
Right. Where is he?
Hi.
10 years. 10 years.
See,
No kids. Sister is having the kids.
you see, I mean, I always want to look at, for the first time, I'm completely disagreeing with Sicho. Usually, we are usually around the same.
I like that.
And I'm partly agreeing with
Olivia.
But you see, the problem is that, look, in those times of proper polygamy and even the Muslim marriages, the addition is not done in secrecy.
Yeah.
In secrecy.
That's
And it's not
understanding.
done maliciously.
Yeah.
Half the time, they will tell you that you go and find a woman,
Yes.
and then you tell your family that you want to add another woman, and the protocol is that you let your first wife know
Yeah.
that you are getting a second one, and then
She has to even agree.
In
Yes.
some religions or in some traditional settings, the first wife would even
Even
have
help,
to
yeah, choose.
agree to the second.
Yeah.
In some cases, even choose the second
Yeah.
one, and when the second one comes, they know that they
There's a-
have
there's a
they have a
lead.
There's
class
a
prefect.
senior. Yeah.
Yes, and then they
You
are
have to
now coming in.
respect
So there's a
her.
hierarchy.
Exactly.
So there's order. In places where we have sticky situations like this, and even your family thinks that, look, because we want to contain, maybe the man is wealthy, the man is the bread and butter of whatever. So if you want to contain certain things within a space, now you, the mother, you will now call your daughter.
Yeah.
Tell your daughter, listen, you are not having a child. You know what? Your sister is there. she's not getting
Any
married,
older,
she's not
any
getting a
younger,
man,
yeah.
getting any younger, people are so close. Why can't I suggest it to you? To take, you know what, why don't we use your sister? Either the physical sokoi, or maybe for your sister to carry your baby for you as a surrogate.
Simple.
Or something, like whatever it is, suggest it. Now, the fact that this woman was able to come up to sort of like tell the man that, look,
You know what?
it's not happening.
It's not
so
me,
why
yeah.
don't you get somebody?
Yeah.
It means that I'm trying to figure out the kind of person that woman is. I don't think she's difficult to talk to. So you, the mother, I'm expecting you to convince your daughter that this is the way to go. Now, my first issue is that, look, how did the first encounter with your sister happen? Was it your mother
Who pushed
supervising it? Was it your mother pushing it? Or they met, and when your mother found out, you justified it to her, and then she also decided to move on? The first encounter, how did it happen? Number two, after you had a child, so the whole family is there, sort of like when the woman like, hey, she's giving birth out of wedlock.
Yeah, everybody's pretending.
it's okay.
And nobody
Yeah.
probably knows the
Yeah.
father.
No one knows the father.
And people
Who
are
is the
thinking that,
father?
who is the father? Who is the father? Then
1,
you
2,
are
3.
you are there probably going like, and you are probably in pain that,
Oh, my sister.
so my sister is giving birth, no father, and here I am. I wish I could have these children, and I'm not getting them. Look, so the whole time, the mother knows about this.
Imagine
They probably do secret outdooring
Yeah. Yeah, very, very secret.
without them knowing that,
In,
yes,
in the sitting room.
in the sitting room,
wickedness.
just in the
Probably
mother.
only the woman
and
has
you know what?
pictures.
Evil.
When he comes into town, he comes with his wife. But listen, if you come and visit, let's assume because you come to visit, you're not in your own space.
Or maybe you both went for the naming.
I know, right? I know.
Oh.
You know, and when you come to a place and your sister, look, if I step out and I come back and my sister and my husband are sitting down,
You
would
you
think
really
anything.
don't think twice
About
about
anything.
it.
No.
When you are stepping out and your sister is at home and your husband is at home, why would you be thinking that your sister? That means the whole time things were happening, but you didn't see it
Right
because
under your
you
nose.
wouldn't expect that to happen. So my problem with all this issue is that, look, there's a lot of lying, a lot of deceit, a lot of mistrust. Now,
And they see her as a fool.
no,
Exactly.
even in Sarah's case, Sarah was the one who said, look, listen, it's
She
not
was the one
happening.
who
So
suggested.
I'm bringing somebody to you to do.
Take
So
my
there's openness. Tomorrow, Sarah cannot go and tell Abraham that, Abraham, where did you meet this girl?
Yeah.
No, she can't, he can't do that. So my thing is that, look, it's not even about the child, and my problem is that, look, when you live with a man, a woman, you're a couple, the fact that for a good 8 hours, assuming we all have 8 hours of sleep, for a good 8 hours, your eyes are shut, your body is shut, and you are in pseudo death mode,
Rosie, don't scare me.
right? You need that person that you are almost always in bed with in that manner should be somebody you can trust to a certain extent.
True.
Yeah. But Rosie, you
Nobody
and I know
knows.
that
No,
is-
hold on,
that
hold on.
is-
That's what I'm
that
saying.
is- that is
That's
unrealistic.
That's why I said to a certain extent. Nobody knows anybody 100%.
But you-
But
but
there
you
are
know them
certain
enough that
things.
you
So,
trust
for
them,
instance, my husband going to sleep with another woman, for that one, it's not too far-fetched. But my husband sleeping with my sister and having 2 children and ongoing process, third one, with my sister, that is very far-fetched. Right now, I'm thinking, which of my sisters can, oh God.
These people can even kill you to get rid of you.
So
guys,
my take is,
They can
I'm
kill
coming,
you
let me
together.
finish.
Let her
You guys,
land.
so my take is that, look, for me, personally, when friends hurt you, you can easily unfriend them.
Yeah.
When colleagues hurt you, you can uncolleague them. You can leave the job and uncolleague them.
Everybody.
But
Believe
when
me.
family
Even your
hurts you,
mother, you can
hold on,
them.
when family hurts you, you can distance yourself, but you can never unmother them, and sister them, and
It's still
father
your
them.
sister.
Because whether I like it or when you're filling forms, that person is your mother. The whole world will know that person is your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. You can't unfamily them. And that is why when family do certain things, it really hurts. For me, her pain that she'll be going through has nothing to do with the children, but with who the children were had, and the number of children, and the fact that she was blinded to all of this the whole time. That is going to be her problem. So, my dear, mental health is a very serious issue, extremely serious issue. Even the ones that you have, maybe some one girl be dancing around, it's not easy.
Can you imagine?
2 girls, or maybe you've had, it's not easy.
Suspicion cry is not easy.
If suspicion cry is not easy. Fact with one girl is not easy. The fact that the man is dating another girl and even there's no issue, there's no child, it's not easy. The one that the man is dating a girl and there's a child, it's not easy. My own sister, and it's not a child, it's not two children. It's 2 plus ongoing 1, 3. Look, or maybe 4. You know, assuming she's carrying twins. So, my dear,
Sorry.
I'm thinking that this man, you see, there's a relationship between man and woman. Sometimes it's even closer than family.
Yeah.
So, and this man didn't let anything out until she suggested it. That, oh, I think you should go out. Then all of a sudden, oh,
Crying.
don't worry.
He's crying.
I have favored you. Charlie, this suggestion, I'm already gone ahead of you. You see, for me, that is where the wickedness is. And for me, that is where I would say that, look, it's not based on the facts, but the way the facts came around. If I were here, I don't think it's a marriage I will live in, because for the rest of my life, I cannot trust my husband. To file for them, the process of filing, without you even knowing that he's filing for them. And because he's the father of the children, the DNA results and everything will prove that he's the father. So it was very easy for him to go through that process. So he was going through all that process, sending documents, doing all manner of things without you knowing. And for me, that's so diabolical. And for me, I can't live with somebody. I can't call somebody a husband. Look, there are some lies you can. Oh, maybe he went to see somebody. Oh, I didn't go here. Oh, those lies, they are normal. But there are certain lies that live with you for the rest of your life. Those children, are they your children or they are your nieces and nephews?
Thank you.
Attachment is important.
To take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be looking at the next letter.